everyone knows that once you join Paper Rex, you become a fan favorite, and Mindfreak was no exception. So when the news about him getting subbed out for Patman came about, people lost their minds. Some of the frustration even came my way. But instead of throwing a fit or demanding his spot back, Mindfreak stayed close with the team, sitting next to Alex, coaching and helping the boys win in Masters Toronto. And just when the dust was starting to settle, Paper Rex dropped the saddest news. Welcome to snstry. Today we're talking about Mindfreak, an OG of Paper Rex, a player who gave his all on the server and gave even more when he wasn't even playing. From starter to sixth man to reserve, this is the story of how he handled it all with class, loyalty, and zero ego. So, we all know the story so far, so let's recap. At the start of the season, Paper Rex were struggling to keep up with the competition and something had to change.
I'm tired, boss.
And at the start of stage 1, Paper Rex were still struggling. They tried everything, role swaps, comp changes, boom boom boom, but nothing was clicking. Enter Patman. We don't know if the plan was always to use Patman for stage 2 or if Alex just pulled the trigger early, but one thing's for sure, something had to give, and part of that was Mindfreak. Whether it was burnout, personal issues, or just needing a reset, he had to fly back to Indonesia to sort things out. And that gave PRX the window to make the switch. So at the start of April, PRX made the call. They subbed in Patman for Mindfreak. They still lost to Boom, but then went on a miracle 5-game win streak, just enough to be the last team to qualify for Masters Toronto. And once they got there, the Paper Rex train did not stop.
Nice one, bro. Nice one, pre. Ooh, yeah, ooh, yeah.
They blitzed through Masters Toronto like a team possessed. Only one squad managed to put a dent in their near-perfect run. All the while, Mindfreak wasn't sulking. He served as sixth man and assistant coach, a role that Alex himself said was pivotal to the win at Toronto.
For the moment, he's basically acting as assistant coach. The fact that he's very, very experienced, he's invaluable for the rest of the team. Someone that they can go to is basically their big brother, you know.
Then came EWC where they made a decent run. We all thought we're just going through the motions, chillin'. But before stage 2 began, Paper Rex announced the news. Personally, the news hit me hard. I remember being bummed out after hearing it. I had a lot of emotions and I was wondering if I should write about it. And well, here we are now. Anyway, if you've been feeling all this Mindfreak nostalgia like I have, hit that sub button. And hey, if you end up liking the video by the end, drop a like for the man who never asked for the spotlight. What I admire most about Mindfreak during these hard times was his professionalism, loyalty to the team, and love for the boys.
I love you, bro.
Sure, some might think it wasn't all that hard,
It's not that hard, Scott.
that he was just chilling behind the scenes, but that take only works if you are a bum. There was nothing easy about what Mindfreak went through. He got subbed out, and given everything he's done for the team, he could have easily pulled rank. Mindfreak wasn't some nobody. He was a veteran, a leader, one of the longest standing pillars of Paper Rex. He could have said, I want to play at Masters Toronto. He could have made it messy, caused drama, thrown off the vibes, and honestly, no one would have blamed him. Hell, he could have packed up and left the moment he got subbed out, but nope, he stayed. And what more, he even coached the guy replacing him, helped guide the team to the biggest win of their careers, all while having to repress that competitive fire still burning inside him, that hunger to play, that itch to prove he still had it. Now go ahead and tell me he was just chilling. I don't know about you, but for me, it takes more than maturity. That takes loyalty and love. The man's got ice in his veins, sure, but more importantly, he's got heart where it counts. So, where does that leave us? Will we see Mindfreak compete again this year? From the looks of it, I think it's very unlikely. Not because he's washed or anything, but because it's so late in the season and there aren't that many openings and even fewer that fit. There are a couple of teams that could use a controller though. First, T1 comes to mind. Yeah, they got DH now, but if they're looking to double down on a controller with championship experience, Mindfreak is right there. But would Mindfreak want to play for T1? I mean, I'm pretty sure you've seen the docudrama. There might be some culture clash if Mindfreak were to come in. Surely Paper X had a different vibe compared to T1. But hey, we don't know what goes on behind closed doors. What I will say though is this. T1 is a really big organization, and if they're willing to offer a hefty incentive to get Mindfreak on board, then hey, it's a win-win for our boy. So anyway, other teams that I'm thinking about but with some caveats. Boom is on a losing streak, so if they want to shake things up, Mindfreak could be a solid pickup. Berserks has been struggling, so there's a possibility they could slide DOS9 over to Sentinel and let Mindfreak take over the controller role. RRQ is also in the mix, at least on paper. Mindfreak could stabilize the controller role and give the rest of the roster the freedom to focus, flex, and finally settle into their best form. However, I said earlier that these takes come with caveats, and that's because I'm not that familiar with Boom and especially RRQ. Who knows, maybe they're comfortable with that role distribution. They won Pacific last split after all. There's even an off chance that a Japanese team like Zeta or DFM take a shot at him. It would be a wild card move, but who says no to more firepower and leadership? And you could even look at international teams. I heard Mindfreak and Kankang are close. Oh, Smog is already locking controller? No problem. Just force the double controller meta. Always force your way into maps that double controllers will be good at and everything is set. The only question is, would Mindfreak even be open to leaving APAC? Anyway, the thing is, whoever lands Mindfreak won't just be getting a player. They're getting a buff in star power. Think Sentinel signing Shroud levels of hype. Okay, maybe not that much, but you get the idea. A team in the dumps could suddenly find itself on the front page again just by making the call. And you might not win it all, but at least you win the people's hearts. Mindfreak wasn't just another player, he was the calm in the chaos. He lived through every high and low, the devastating losses, the miracle runs, the heartbreaks on stage, the moments that felt like the whole world was watching. And through all of it, he never flinched. He never asked for the spotlight. He just kept his head down and did what was asked of him. Now that he's 1 foot out the door, it doesn't just feel like a roster move, it feels like the end of an era, and rightfully so, because you don't think of Paper Rex without thinking of Mindfreak. But sadly, the only thing constant in life is change, and for Paper Rex to evolve into their final form, Mindfreak decided to sacrifice himself in order for the team to grow. And sometimes, that's just how things go. If there's a lesson to take from all of this, it's that things might not go the way you want them to, but you keep pushing anyway. You still move forward, chasing your dreams. By the way, quick shout out to Polash peripherals for their Valorant Masterclass, designed for absolute beginners. Do check them out if you have time. Anyway, that's it for the video. What are your best memories of Mindfreak, and do you think he'll land on a team before the season ends? Let's talk about it in the comments. If you made it this far, don't stop chasing your dreams. Leave a like if you enjoyed, hit that sub button so you don't miss out, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.